Helen, darling. I'm so sorry. I had an accident with your Trabants. Pay for the damage with the insurance, okay? Apparently, ma'am, you're wanted by the police. You understand? What?
Trouble busters!
Oh my, you have quite the fine specimen right there. Give it to me. I can't do that. I just bought it and... What's this? Got something to say to me, little lady? Hey? No, I didn't mean it like that. Then you're okay with me taking it. I'm Helen, a very ordinary housewife, but recently I've been having trouble with something. What is it, you ask? Well, my sister-in-law comes to my house every day without an appointment or telling me beforehand, and she's a habitual thief who wants all the things I have, takes them, and never returns them. I'm on my way, so prepare some tea and snacks, okay? I'm sorry, ma'am, but I have to go out today and... What? I'm actually going to bring our new car back home, so... What? You don't mean to tell me that your new car is this Trabant's? And the door is open with the key still in the keyhole. Hello? Helen, darling, I'm so sorry. I had an accident with your Trabants. Pay for the damage with the insurance, okay? The Trabants? Yeah, your Trabants. The key was still inside and everything, so I borrowed it just for a teensy tiny little bit. But I accidentally crashed into guardrails, some electric poles, and whatnot. Now it's completely dented. It was a brand new car, and I'm really sorry, but I'm your older sister now, so you'll forgive me, right? How she came to believe this, I'll never understand, but she thought she'd beaten up my new car. So while she was apologizing, her sing-song tune, coupled with laughter, made it extremely disingenuous. I'm so saddened to realize that she thinks that she can do anything if the thing in question belongs to me. This can't be. Unforgivable. Troublebusters initiate. By the way, I'm sorry to say this, but can you come and pick me up in a taxi now? I've come a little far, you see. Oh, and of course you'll pay for the taxi fee, okay? You really think it's okay to say something so lazy? Huh? What are you talking back? Because, ma'am, apparently you're wanted by the police. You understand? What? There's breaking news on TV right now, and your face, name, and age, among a bunch of other things, are all getting public. Why? What the hell did I do? The theft, apparently. Theft? I didn't do anything like that. You took someone else's car without their permission, so yes, of course it's a case of theft. It's not someone else's, it's yours. It's family property, so it shouldn't be considered theft. That's a rule that only applies to you and no one else, doesn't it? And that car isn't actually my car. Huh? Wait. What do you... Huh? What do you mean? This car was definitely the one that was parked in front of your house. Of course it is. But I lent it from my neighbor because there was a space available until I had to pick up my new car, so... What? So that means this car is the neighbor's car? Brilliant, Sherlock. Why didn't you tell me such an important thing beforehand? What do you mean beforehand? I told you I was going out today, but you still came and assumed it was my car. And took it without permission, didn't you now? It was parked in front of your house. You can't blame me if I thought it was yours. Even if it was my car, I think you ought to seek an asylum if you dare to take it without permission. If it was yours, Helen, I thought it would be okay if I borrowed it without saying anything and returned it later. No, ma'am. Even if it was my car, you have no idea how pissed off I would be if you drove off with it, only to bring it back all beat up and destroyed. More to the point, the hell do you mean you think it would be okay if it was my car? That's because you're my sister-in-law, and so because I'm your sister-in-law, you think it's okay to steal anything if it belonged to me? It's not like I'm stealing shit or anything. I always think of returning it later on. You only think that, but riddle me this. Have you ever actually returned anything? Well, that's just because I'm busy with a lot of things. Busy every day coming to my house, you mean? Shut the hell up. We can freaking talk about that later. It's because of you that things got so out of hand that this happened, so you should do something about it. I do something about it.
Hey, you know what? Isn't that just a bit out of line?
Huh?
Hello, Mrs. Thompson.
Mr. Blackwell from next door. How do you do?
I'm really sorry about this. Seems like I've dragged you into some trouble.
It's not a big deal, sir. If anything, it's my sister-in-law who's caused you a whole assload of trouble.
What are you talking about? It's not your fault that this happened, right, Mrs. Thompson? Is it now, Miss Ashley?
Don't tell me this scary voice belongs to. Yes, it belongs to Mr. Blackwell, the next-door neighbor in question.
Can you please tell me a bit more about the situation, huh, Ashley? Why the hell did you have an accident with my Trabants, huh?
This was all just a misunderstanding.
Oh, a misunderstanding.
Yes, a misunderstanding.
What kind of misunderstanding is it to justify you borrowing someone's car and getting into an accident?
That would be, well...
And moreover, seems like you did a great job in such a flashy way, huh?
No, sir, I didn't. I genuinely believe that this car belonged to Helen because it was parked right out in front of her house. And that's how this whole situation came about, I'm afraid. Mr. Blackwell, was it?
Yup.
If I'd have known from the beginning that the car was yours, I really wouldn't have tried to do something like this.
I see.
So you've understood?
Yes, I've understood completely.
Thank you, my lord and savior. Then how about we keep this matter between us?
No, I freaking understood completely that you stole the car right from under my damn nose with the intention of crashing, see?
What?
It's on breaking news now, so I'll tell you this, but that car is just mine to look after, and it's a car used by government officials for security reasons.
The government?
Right, so the moment you got in that car, you were already on a national wanted list.
National? That can't be true, can it? Hey, Helen? I wish it weren't true, for your sake, ma'am. It's being broadcast everywhere, and the station is heading your way as we speak. Huh? So my whereabouts have already been leaked?
I mean, duh! I told you already that this car is a security car of the national scale, didn't I? GPS is axiomatic, of course, and not only can it detect impact, it can automatically notify the police in case of an emergency.
So that's why it became such a big deal so quickly. Which must mean, Mr. Blackwell, are you...
Yes, indeed, I'm actually a national security agent.
What? What the hell? I had no idea that someone like that lived next door to Helen.
Of course you didn't. I wouldn't tell people I was an SA so easily.
For real? Even I just heard about it for the first time.
And additionally, Miss Helen and her husband are so nice to me despite my admittedly despicable appearance. They're such kind people I didn't want to cause them any trouble by disclosing any information about my occupation. But I'm truly sorry about this incident. I got you involved in this just because I parked my car in front of your house for a few hours.
Please, sir, no need to. It's not your fault, Mr. Blackwell, sir, and I was the one who told you that the space in front of my house was free until our new car arrived. I was the one who gave you permission to use it as you liked. That's right. In the first place, you were in the wrong, Helen, weren't you?
Huh?
If you hadn't told your next-door neighbor with such a crazy car to use your parking space, I wouldn't have acted out of impulse. What the frick are you saying? First of all, it's absolutely disgusting to even think about destroying my own car like you did to that one. But I'm telling you that it was out of impulse, you see? An impulsive act, you say? Whatever. If you'd made the situation this chaotic, not only will you have to pay for all the repairs to the car, but you'll also have to pay for the damage done to the guardrails and telephone pole, which could cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And depending on the situation, you could be faced with a lot of claims of damages for nearby residents who have experienced a blackout due to the damage done to the electric wires, and even from electric companies in charge of managing the wires too. I don't think any claims ought to be made because it was a careless accident. No, it clearly was a deliberate act. If you have that kind of attitude, the police will also arrest you as a criminal case. Arrested? Isn't that a bit of an exaggeration? That's how severe the situation is and how much of a negative impact with what you did this time could have on society. Wait, I just crashed a little car, didn't I?
How many times do I have to tell you that the little car you crashed is an asset to national security? And you drove it this way and that like a drunken chimpanzee and hit things left, right, and center.
So you'll be charged with crimes of theft and destruction of public property. And as I mentioned before, I think you will definitely be sued for damages, but... Absolutely not! You understand too, right, Helen? Stan hates this kind of thing in people if he finds out that it becomes that big of a deal. Stan's common sense is top-notch after all. Hey, please ask your neighbor, Mr. Blackwell, to let it go, please. Huh? If you're a national security agent, he could do something about it, right?
Of course, it's impossible.
Please have mercy. I'm the older sister of the neighbor who's looking after you time and time again, you see?
The only ones looking after me are Miss Helen herself and her family. As for you, I don't remember being taken care of by you at all.
If that's the case, Helen, beg him to spare me. I must decline this time, ma'am. Why? Your older sister is in so much trouble right now and you're not going to do anything? It's your own damn fault that things have become so difficult, isn't it? Could you say that without making it sound like I'm the villain here? This was supposed to be a harmless little prank.
Seems like you went too far in making it a prank, don't you think, ma'am?
Yes, I do. I feel like I can't help but refrain from turning a blind eye to her wrongdoings this time. That's exactly why I'm asking you to do something about it, you see? You understand, don't you? You know that if you don't help me here, I'll get back at you later, and it could be something worse than just this time.
What are you planning to get back at her for,
Of course I will. Next time, it's not going to be just a casual thing. What? Honey, no way. Why are you there? Why aren't you at work right now?
How can I work at a time like this? You don't seem to understand in the goddamn slightest the current situation, so let me clue you in. Right now, TV stations all over the goddamn country are broadcasting your little escapade.
That can't be true. You must be mistaken.
You shut your mouth now! Right now, the police and TV stations are heading there, one after another.
That's a lie, honey, because there's still no one here.
Are you Ashley O'Donnell?
Well, what's going on? Why are there so many police cars and Trabenses?
This is not voluntary, ma'am. You'll be coming with us.
Wait a minute. Why? Why do I have to be arrested?
Why, you ask? You yourself should know the answer to that very well now, shouldn't you?
I don't know at all. Because I just misunderstood something simple, drove my sister's neighbor's car, and I just happened to have an accident.
Happened to?
Yes, happened to.
It just so happened that the car wasn't your own, but upon noticing that the keys were in it, you ran off with it, where you just happened to bump into objects left, right, and center in such a short span of time?
That's right. Everyone makes a mistake sooner or later, don't they? And this time it was just a series of coincidences leading up to an accident.
That kind of excuse ain't gonna work on us, you crook.
Hey, wait a second. Mr. Blackwell?
Yeah?
What are all these scary people?
Those are my colleagues, of course.
And when you say colleagues, you mean more security agents.
Indeed.
Good, you should tell them then. Tell them that I'm not to blame at all.
Sorry, but I've never lied in my life as much as I've killed a gorilla. And you've done so much to this Trabance. Just in case something happens, audio from inside the car as well as outside is automatically activated. When an impact is detected and the police are notified, the audio is broadcast in real time to the entire Metropolitan Police Department.
What? So then, in other words...
All of your confusing conversations up until now have been recorded and listened to ever since the beginning, you see?
That can't be true.
No, it's because it's not a lie that it's become such a big deal. Now then, let's go to a place where we can talk about this situation in detail, huh?
If it's about the car, I'll get it fixed, okay? Listen to me. Because I admit I destroyed the car, I'll pay for the damages, so please let me go without any charges.
What gobbledygook poppycock applesauce are you saying after all this, huh?
But you guys would be happy if you could get your car back to normal, right? I'm offering to pay for it, so...
You think you can fix it?
I have insurance, you know, the optional one. That should provide me with unlimited coverage, so I'm sure I can fix it.
That's what she said, but how is it, son? Stan? Nope, can't be done.
What? That can't be true. I definitely saw it when we renewed our insurance this year. It provides unlimited coverage for damage done to the people and property.
It definitely has unlimited coverage, but...
There, you see? That's why this car...
But you know, I'm the only one covered by that insurance, see?
What?
Listen to me, I'm the only one covered by that form of car insurance. You're an inexperienced driver, after all. That's why you don't have any insurance on your car.
No, that has to be a lie, right? Then, this car, the guardrails, the electric poles, and everything else? What am I gonna do with all that?
You'll have to think about what to do with all that, it seems.
What?
I've decided not to think about you anymore anyhow.
What? by that?
I mean, I'm divorcing you.
Why? Why would you abandon a wife who's in so much trouble?
You're the reason you're in trouble, Ashley.
But please don't say such a heartless thing, sweetheart. Been together for so many years, we're a married couple, so much in love, and we support each other too.
And who, pray tell, was it that threw all those years and happiness and mutual support out the window and betrayed their husband, huh?
No, honey, please. This whole incident is a tragedy that occurred because of a misunderstanding on my part. Your sister, Helen, told me that she bought a new car, so I thought I'd try driving it on a whim. And that's how this happened. You understand, right?
No, I don't. To be honest, I've been fed up with you for a long time. You do all sorts of things without even thinking about managing the household finances, and while I wanted to leave the local neighborhood meetings and trash responsibilities to you, since you are the full-time housewife, but no, you left all that to me. And I was wondering why you were neglecting your housework. What were you up to? But then I discovered you frequently showed your ass up at Helen's place and stole whatever you can get your hands on. If you want to do whatever you want so much, do all that two-brain cell bullshit on your own.
Don't say that, please. From now on, I promise to change my attitude and become a good wife. From now on, I'll do the housework properly and I'll be on trash duty every day.
So
please, let's do everything together from now on.
Oh my God, I can't stand you. I really can't forgive you for always stealing from Helen instead of borrowing. And on top of that, you're now a wanted criminal nationwide.
It wasn't meant to be like this. I promise I won't be selfish anymore until the end of time. Listen, I'll give back all the things I borrowed from Helen, okay?
Whatever. No matter what you do, if it's impossible, it's impossible.
Don't say that, please. What? Why? Hey, stop. Go away. Who said it was okay to take pictures of me? I'll sue you all. Hey, I thought I told you not to take any pictures. Hey, I'm begging you, help me. Help me, please. You'll just have to accept the consequences of all the things you've done and give up, ma'am. I haven't done anything wrong.
If so, how did it end up like this?
Conspiracy. This must be a conspiracy theory on Helen's part.
Huh?
I was completely fooled by the car, which was purposely made that it looked like it was hers for real, even though it was a neighbor's. And then when I went and took it without a shadow of a doubt, I'm the victim here. I wondered what you would say at this stage, but this? Think about it. You parked the Trabans in front of your house, showing it off as if it were your own car. And what's more, you left the door open as if you'd been waiting for me to come and steal it. If you claim this wasn't a trap to get me arrested or worse, what else could it frickin' be?
No, that only happened because just as I was about to go get in the car, I realized I had forgotten something and went back home for literally 30 seconds.
In that brief moment of time, you came out of the blue and took the car. How is that a trap, I asked? Oh, I get it now. I see. You two are in cahoots, aren't you?
What?
You must have been planning to set me up from the beginning and had been discussing the trap for quite some time. Okay, now, I ought to call Batman to lock you away in Arkham because your insanity is beyond salvation. Is it really? You must have been angry with me up until now because of all the things I borrowed from you, weren't you? Don't think I'm anything like you. Oh, please. What's all the stubbornness about, Helen, darling? I'm not going to let you be the only one to be a good girl. If I'm a sinking ship, you're all in the same boat as me. So if you don't want to embarrass yourself anymore, you'll pay for all this damage.
Turn on the bat signal. You, even though you're being broadcast live on national networks, you're still saying threats like that?
In exchange for doing you the favor of divorcing me, pay the money as my way of claiming alimony.
I'm the one who can demand the alimony from you, you know.
What?
Of course. The fact that I'm the husband of you who became famous in such a bad way, I don't have any goddamn clue what's going to happen in the future now.
I feel sorry about that. I genuinely do, honey.
If you really do, shouldn't you have said that sooner?
I'm not saying I'm not regretting what I did, you know. Look, I'll give you back this necklace I borrowed from Helen. I'll give it back, you see. My necklace? The one I thought I'd lost? And I'll also give back these shoes with the ribbons I'm wearing now. Those too. They were gone before I knew it. And this t-shirt, colorfully splashed with paint, I'll even give that back to you. That's the t-shirt I bought because I fell in love at first sight and the very next day it was gone. And enough already. I really understand now that I cannot and don't need to forgive you. don't say that, please. Hey, honey? Mr. Blackwell?
Are you sure you want to choose me?
Of course, right? You'll help me, right? Right?
Hey, Whitehorse. Whitewell.
What?
10-4.
Huh? Oh, what? Aren't you gonna help me? Hey!
It may be an asset to national security, but that was one amazing beauty of a car I had. And it was stolen and then cruelly ruined. I'm the one who should be the loudest to say no to forgiving you, huh?
I'm so sorry. I meant no harm.
No, you meant nothing but harm, didn't ya?
Well,
Didn't ya?
if I admit to it, will you forgive me?
So you don't admit it?
I do. I admit with my entire body and being.
That's what she said, Whitehorse, Whitewell.
What?
10-4.
Hey, wait. Why? Weren't you gonna help me if I admitted to it?
Something you ought to know about me. I hate people who commit crimes, and that hate is only topped by my hate of frogs.
No, please. Ah!
And she should have just admitted to her crimes. Perhaps then she would have been spared of something.
Mr. Blackwell?
Huh?
And then in court, the crime was found to be vicious and malicious, and she was given a beautiful criminal record. After that, a lawyer told her to tearfully declare personal bankruptcy. I'm now able to live a carefree life because I was freed from my sister-in-law, who was such a source of worry and stress. And since that incident, I've become even closer friends with my neighbor, Mr. Blackwell. And now we have things like barbecues together. Troublebusters.